So we're going to get started. So welcome everybody. This is creating your virtual business cards. And so we're going to be talking about things for phones, your presentations, and giving you some other suggestions on times that you can use these virtual business cards. For those of you that are new to coming in to one of my sessions, my name's Brene Duggins. Most people know me as Bree, and like literally just B-R-E, Bree. I'm the media coordinator at Oak Grove High School, which is where I am today unexpectedly. I have been teaching. This is my 20th year. I'm getting ready to start my 20th year teaching. And then my other hat outside of my day job is that I'm the fire prevention coordinator and training captain for Holly Grove Fire Department in Davidson County, which is central North Carolina, for those of you that are on with us that are not from North Carolina. And so I've been in the fire service for 20 years and done fire prevention and education 19 of those. So actually this is getting ready to start my 21st year. So what's really cool about being able to do both of these things is that I can take things I use in both realms and bounce them back and forth and give you tips and ideas for integrating tools in wherever we are in your life, like your day job, you're at home, using things on your phone, which is what we're going to be doing today. I'm so excited. If you don't mind, while you are here, I'm going to drop this in the chat window also. If you don't mind signing in, this is how, and I was on the wrong keyboard. I told you I was going to have a hiccup. My laptop's sitting here, but it's in front of the other computer screen. I'm going to put this in the chat window for you. This is how I will send out my handouts and slides. So you want to make sure that you sign in. You can actually take your phone and scan that QR code and it'll take you to the sign-in sheet. It's just a really quick sign in. And then that way I'll have your email that you came. I also will send you a certificate. And so for my guys that are in the school systems, double check. In my school system, they accept the CEUs from the sessions that I do. If you're in another county like Shannon and they need more details, if you want to turn it in for CEUs and they need more details, just shoot me an email because sometimes they just need what digital teaching and learning goal it is and how many hours and stuff and a big description. I'll fill out what you need. For my fire prevention buddies, a lot of times my certificates, they are accepted. If you need more details, just let me know. For my North Carolina buddies, for ISO, you can use those certificates to count for credit too. So this does work for those. So if you have questions or if you're trying to get CUs and you need more info to get those, just let me know. While y'all are filling that out, I'm going to kind of give you the agenda for today. We're going to be talking about what a virtual business card actually is and why in the world we might want to use it. So I'm going to give you some examples of reasons that I have one and how I use them. Then we're going to actually get down and dirty on how to create them. So we're going to start out by talking about creating your V card, which is a QR code. And then we're actually going to create business cards in Canva, which I absolutely love. And then the last section, which I'm not sure why it says 5, we're going to fix that really fast. I told y'all, crazy hiccups. This is the first time I've done one of these in a while, is we're going to do a Q&A. So y'all know how it goes. You start doing something and you like see a spelling error or something. That's kind of how this is today. So this one's going to be pretty straightforward. Like I said, if I do something or it doesn't make sense, just yell and I will go back and try to re-explain it for you. So what is a virtual business card? This is a question I get when I say, hey, they asked me, do I have a business card? And I'm like, well, I don't have paper ones, but I have a virtual one. And let me show you how I use it. And people are really, really interested in that. So it is just a digital version of all the information that you would have on a printed business card. And that's what I really like because why I use them. I'm notorious for forgetting to carry cards with me. And how many people have changed positions and you don't have new ones yet? People give me their cards and unless I take a photo of them, I lose them really quickly, especially traveling. And so what happened is I was leaving into the school year. I had my last work day on Thursday. I was flying out for Boston on Friday. And so I'm sitting in the Charlotte airport and I have this moment, the light bulb goes off and I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't have any business cards with me. So sitting in the Charlotte airport, I created a virtual business card to put on my phone. And I'm going to unshare for a second so that y'all can see what I'm talking about. So what I did, I'll pull it up for y'all, is I created this sitting in the airport and have it on my phone so that all I have to do is pull it up. Yep, this is my business card. And people can scan it. And that's what we're going to do today. We're going to talk about why that is helpful and how it's important, how we can use that. We're going to bounce back. So this is, these are two of mine, actually. I have my Mrs. D's virtual PD one, and this is actually mine for my school. Like I have both of them saved on my phone, and both of them have different information. My virtual PD one has like my website and my email on it for my business, where my school one has the school phone number, the school website, the school email, and the information they would need to get me there. And so it is really as simple as somebody coming up going, hey, you have a business card? Do you have a business card? And I'm going, absolutely. Do you have your phone? Hey, will you scan this photo and you'll be able to add me to your contacts? And people are like looking at me going, what? They do it and they're like, oh my gosh. And I'm like right there in their phone. So when they need to look for me, it's right there. And so you can put your title in there, and we're going to do that in a minute, so that when people remember you, a lot of times they remember you certain ways. So like if at school they know that what school I'm with, they can actually search and that's what pulls up. Like they could search Oak Grove High School and my name will pop up attached to it. So I really like that part, and it's so simple. And we're going to talk about how to have it on your phone and how easy it is to pull it up. So we're going to create our V cards first. So what this is it is a file that's a virtual contact file. You get to pick what's in there. So if you do not want a phone number, you don't have to put that. If you want to just give people your email address, or for those that are fire service people, you may want to just give the phone number to your department. Or if you have an extension, you can specifically give that extension. You know, a lot of times we don't want people to have our cell numbers. Or for my teacher friends, you may have a Google Voice number that you use. I know because of COVID, a lot of us started using Google Voice. That's what we use here at school for our help desk. So my virtual business card for school actually has the help desk number on it, in addition to the school number. So you get to pick. So the thing to first think about is, what would you want to have on a business card, a printed one? And that's what you're going to put into that virtual business card. So how you create it, and they are literally coming by the door in a minute. I can hear them with the buffer. So I'm so sorry if there's a background noise. So how we create those is you are going to use a QR code generator. And I have a couple of my favorites listed. We're going to actually use QR Code Monkey. We're going to start there. I use like QR code generator, the QR code generator, and QR code monkey. Those are my faves that I use a lot. So you're going to pick whichever QR code generator you want. And then up here, we get to choose all of these different things we could do with it. So we're used to putting like websites, texts. You can have an email address. What we're going to pick is V card. So you're going to pick the one that says V card, and these are the options that you have to put in. So if I'm just making my V card for Mrs. D's virtual PD, I'm going to enter that information. I can even put like whatever I tell people my job is. So I could put, you know, tech nut, techno nerd. I could just put consultant. I could put whatever. You just pick. Then you're going to pick phone number. So if I put a work phone number, I could have a mobile phone number. For my virtual PD, don't want people to have a number. So I'm just going to leave those blank. I'm going to come down and pick my email address. So I'm going to type in my email address and I'm going to put my website. That's pretty much all I want them to know or to contact me this way for Mrs. D's. The cool thing about QR code monkey is you can do some more customizing too. I can pick colors. I'm going to leave this one black, but you actually can go in and we can customize some colors. We can do color gradients. We can adjust between multiple colors. We get to pick. That's what I really like. We can also pick custom eye colors. And the eye color, oh, you can't see the shared screen. Let's see. Can everybody see the shared screen? Oh, let me go back. I know what happened. Hold on just a second. Give me just a second. I'll fix that. Can y'all see now? Is that better? Yes. Okay. Let me go back.
Yes.
Okay, good. Sorry. Thank y'all for things like that. Cause like I said, I'm in a different location. So setup's a little bit different. So where I was is we were on our virtual business card. We're picking QR code monkey, and on there you get to pick. So we're looking at all these options. I'm picking the V card. So then you're going to enter whatever information you want. So I'm going to go back and grab what info I had. That's the cool thing about this is I can share as much or as little as I want. I don't have to, like, that's the cool thing is that if all I want them to have is my name and email address, that's all I enter. If I want to have my work phone number, they can have that too. The cool thing for teachers is that this is an easy way for parents to get the preferred method of contact. If you want them to only send your email, or if you want them to use like your website, if you have your direct, if your Canvas is public, then you could have the link, you could put website as your direct link to Canvas. Or if like for kids, it could be the same way. If you want them to have the school phone number. So when they look up, I'm going to use Miss Lynch because she was on here a minute ago. So if Miss Lynch is in a meeting with her parents and she wants them to know how to get a hold of her, they can look on their phones once they add her, the school number's there to call her work email, and here's the school website. And it's right there. So when they search to call her, it's right there. So then you go in, what I was saying about the colors is we can go in and pick colors. You can add an image. Now it's going to customize and put it in the middle. Play with this a little bit, see what works for you or what you like. I'm picky sometimes on what the image looks like. You can have the background removed. So it'll be just like your image without the background color, or you can leave it where it's solid. That's your choice. And you can also customize the design. So instead of it just being blocks, if I want it to be dots, I can turn it into dots. It's going to change the eyes and the eyeball shape I can change. Oh, he is right outside my window. Hold on just a second. So if you notice when I clicked create QR code, it changed everything to dots. So now I have something that looks a little bit different. Sometimes just that little bit of eye catching is enough for people to be like, ooh, what does this do? And scan it. So I would play with it. When you're ready and this is what you want, we can look if we can change the quality also. So if you're going to be printing, you may want to go a little higher quality. I can hit download PNG, which is what I'm going to do. Okay. I have to download it. The PNG file, what's cool about it is it means that the background is transparent. So download it as a PNG file. There is one that I'm going to point out. This SVG, the SVG file is a cut file. So if you have a Cricut or if you have a Silhouette, any of those cutting machines, you can actually put the QR code, you could turn it into vinyl that is put on something. So if you're putting it on a board, if you're putting on your car, you can actually do it from the SVG file. It's already there. It does have the PDF file, and then you have like vector files. The PDF and these won't allow you to change the colors. You have to have just a solid. But the SVG and the PNG, you can have multiple colors. So now if you notice, I've got it saved on my computer. Okay, so that's where we are. So now our step is to actually go through and use it. Now, this file, I feel like he's doing it on purpose. Like he is purposely going right in front of my window. So some ideas for just this file. We can put it on the digital business cards that we're getting ready to do. So the business cards, I'm going to show you how to do that. We can put it in a digital presentation. You're going to see mine at the end of my presentation. So on a screen where you're sharing information with people, you could have it written out like your email address, your phone number, but you could have the QR code and say, hey guys, if you want to add me to your contacts, here you go. You could have it on printed materials or handouts. This is how to get in touch with me. This is how to get in touch with the fire prevention division. Okay, good, Dee. That's what I needed to know. I was really worried that you could hear the background noise. You can also post it in your classroom or have it on posters. That way, when you're meeting with students, meeting with parents, you have it. You can say, hey, my office hours are this. And if you need to contact me, this is the preferred method. So when they scan it, they know, okay, I would prefer you to email me every time. Or if you've got a Google Voice number, hey guys, you can text me with this number. If you're out, another thing that is with these business cards, for my guys that are on here that do inspections, if you're out doing an inspection out in the public, instead of handing them your work business card, you could say, hey, I know you may have questions after I leave. Why don't you scan my business card? It's going to add you to my contacts. If you have any questions down the road, and then all you have to do is give me a call or text me or email me. And then you give them what you want them to have. So you can just have it there when you're out and interacting with the public. So that's one thing I really like about this, because how many of us have change something, a job title's changed, a position has changed. Well, if we give them that work number, then they may be calling into a front office, and it's not always just us, depending on how our jobs are lined up. So now we get to do the fun stuff. This is where you get to be creative. We're going to create our business cards in Canva. So I'm going to jump over to Canva. And well, actually, I'm going to jump over here first. I'm going to tell you a little bit about it. So for those of you that have never used Canva before, Canva is freemium. So that means that you can set up a free account. There is a pro account, but before you spend money, guys, wait. For my teachers on here, you can go in and you can sign up for the education account. It's going to ask you a couple questions. If you have your school ID, you'll have to take a picture and upload it. And you have to use your school email to do your account. It's free. It opens up everything. So even the things that say pro on it that cost money are free to you. If for my guys that are on here that are from fire departments, if your department is a nonprofit or you are with a department that is a nonprofit, you can sign up for a nonprofit account for free. So I have the link on here for the nonprofit one. The education one, if you just search education and Canva, the link will pop up for that one too. You can sign up. It'll ask you some questions about your agency, and there's documentation you have to upload. Most agencies have that pretty accessible, and then you can create that for free, which I absolutely love. I have both. I have a education account for school, and I have a nonprofit account with the Library Association. So I have access to both of them, and it opens up the pro. It literally is opening up the pro account for free. And I also have on here a link for using Canva. So this is a tutorial for how to use Canva, like the basics. And then there are so many templates. That's what I absolutely love, which is what we're going to use. So I'm going to jump back over. So when you are in your Canva account, if you will go to the search once you're logged in and actually look for phone wallpaper. So when you look for phone wallpaper, it is going to give you the exact size you need for your cell phone to create that digital business card. So if you notice, it's a vertical and it's a lot narrower than a regular sheet of paper. If you look over here, there are thousands of templates. So if I want to, let's say I want to go to creative, I can go through and search. And then I can just pick what I want and edit it. So let's say I'm looking for one that's going to be kind of cute. Ooh, I like this kind of bubbly one. So whatever template you pick, then I can go in and I can edit. Like, let's say I don't like this picture, it's gone. I can create whatever I want. If I want to be custom, I can delete everything, which is what I'm going to do right this second. Or if I decide, oh, well, I didn't like that one, I can go back and I can search again. And then I can just pick something. Let's pick this one since it's got a little bit of designs. So then what's really cool is, if y'all remember, I had this QR code that I downloaded. So we have a couple options. One is I can go to this uploads button and hit upload media. The other is Canva allows us to drag and drop. So I just literally click and drag it up, and there's my QR code with my info on it. Then I can go through and hit text, and I can go through and change. There's all kinds of text. I'm going to grab and add one just to show y'all how this works. This is where you can end up down a rabbit hole. And I can go through and I can change this. So like if I want to change all this text, I have lots of options. I can go through and pick. And even if it has this is one of those that if I have my pro account, like that, because I have an education account, those I can use. I was looking for something kind of fun that you can read. The one thing you want to keep in mind is when you are doing your business card, you want to make sure that whatever fonts you pick, they're readable, that people can see them. That you don't do such crazy colors, but then we can go in and customize. You can click on the background, and if I want it to be like a green or a red, I can customize that. You can also hit backgrounds and change the colors. So if I want it to be something that has a like design, if I want it to be rocks, or for my guys that are fire, I can look for fire and have something fire related. Well, my problem is then I got to change my font color so that it'll stick out. So you get to if I'm a library person. So if I want, let's see, I think it's books that I'll see. Oh, that one's not going to have one. Sometimes when you're looking, you got to either upload your own photo or just look for a generic background. I'm going to just change it back to something calm. But then I can go and change all these pieces. Like if I want my Bitmoji, I have my Bitmoji uploaded. Like here's my Bitmoji. So I've added my Bitmoji. I can put my title on there. Whatever I want it to do, then I can customize it. So I'm going to jump back out so I can show you a couple of what I'm talking about. So like here's my school one. I just went in and found a template, tweaked the color background that I wanted, and then added my QR code, my info, and like my Bitmoji for school. If you have multiples, you can actually have them in the same one. This one is one for Mrs. D's virtual PD, and I have two of those. One actually has a phone number on it and one does not. And it depends on if I'm local or not, as if like when I'm traveling, I don't always have the phone number on it. But if I'm here at home and I'm at a regional meeting, I'm close enough. I want people to be able to give me a call, or if I'm with my students, then these two, that's what they have. One, that's the only difference really between the two, is one has a cell number on it, one doesn't. You can have multiple pages. You could have all of them listed that you want. If you have a work one and a school one, or you have your personal one and you have your fire department one, or like we have some people, like I think Dee, aren't you with a volunteer agency too? So like Dee works at well, kind of like Dee's at full-time with one department, but she like maybe in a volunteer department. So she may need two fire ones, and one's for her work and one is for her volunteer. So you can have fun and customize How do I tell them apart? For me, I know which one was first. And if you notice, this one doesn't have a title. I go through, I need to go fix this one. This one actually has the phone number on it. So I can actually title them. Ideally, you would tweak it some way so you would know. That would be my tip. Is to have something so you can tell the difference. I just know it because I know what order I did them in. The other plus is that you can actually scan them and test them. So if I'm looking at one of these cards, and I'm gonna pull this one back up, I can literally take my cell phone, hover over it with the camera, click on it, and it'll pull up what it looks like. I would suggest doing that with all of these before you start using them. So how do we get this? A lot of people are going to ask, okay, I've played with it. I got it the way I want it. Now, how do I get it to my phone? Because I bet y'all are working on it on your computer in some fashion. So with that, how this works is you're going to come up to share and we're going to come to download. Now, this is one of those, you got to make sure you have this set to PNG because it's a wallpaper. It's got to go into your photos. So I'm going to hit download. It's going to put it down here on the bottom, or it's going to, if it's not here, if you're on like a Mac, it's going to put it in your downloads. On a PC, it's going to put it in your downloads too. So now what I would suggest is then going to, this is how I do it. You can either, you got two options. I put mine where it's in Google Drive and I pull it up from my cell phone. Go to my Google Drive app on my phone, or you could go to your email and literally email yourself. So if I pull it, if I go in, oh, it's going to load. I could email myself and attach that photo. And when I get it on my phone, then whenever I do that, I can save it to photos. The other is going into Google Drive. And you get to see some of my family. Christmas photos. Aren't they cute? So then I just drop it in here. And because this is a picture, when I go to my Google Drive on my phone on the app, I will see this. And when I press and hold, it'll allow me to save it to my photos. I don't have my connector today, but when I do the tutorials, I will throw up one that's where I'm like, oh, here we are. I will throw one on there of what it looks like from my cell phone when I pull it over. I hope that makes sense. I'll make a video and put in here for y'all on how to do that. Like save it from Google Drive and from your email on your cell phone. Another tip from me, this is like a big tip. Save the image to your favorites. Save it on your favorites for your phone. Because when I go in and I am looking on my phone, it is in the favorites folder, so I can get to it pretty fast. The other thing about favorites is if you have an Apple Watch, the favorites you can make backgrounds and stuff with. So I can actually pull up the QR code on my watch for people to scan. So I can turn it into a background, a custom background. But favorites allows you to access it really easily on your phone. And that works, the favorites folders, Android and Apple both have that as an option. So that's something you can do pretty quickly. Any questions so far before we go on? Check the chat or if y'all need to unmute. Okay. Couple things I wanted to share with you. I am getting ready to start just like this. I'm going to be starting back to more videos on Mrs. D's Virtual PD website. So I have the live sessions. When I record them, I post them there. So you're going to see all kinds of tools on the website. And then also this has just opened up like this week. I just posted stuff on Facebook page. So if you want to go like the page and help me start that up, I will be starting tomorrow. I'm starting Tech Tip Tuesdays. So I will be posting live videos on Tuesdays with like a tech tip. And that's where you can also look for the schedule for live sessions. I'll have links to tutorials that I'll share. And I'll also, sometimes I may try to do some live videos of these on there. This is brand new. Literally, I think I have like one person that likes it, and it's because it's somebody that tested to make sure they could see it for me. So if you want to go find it, I would appreciate it. But I will be like, that is my goal this year, is to start doing these at least 2 or 3 times a month and doing some new videos on the website. So if you have things you want me to do or examples, I know like, I think I saw Ralph on here earlier. If you have ideas or projects that you have questions about, we and you are okay with me videoing while we do them, we may turn them into a live session.
Absolutely.
Ralph, I told Ralph I was going to use him as a guinea pig, and one of the things he wants to do is something a lot of people have questions about. So we are going to turn that into a virtual session for y'all to watch live. And so if you have ideas or things you'd like to see, please, please, please share those with me. If you did not sign in, you came in late and you haven't signed in, I'll put it back in the chat window. If you don't mind, oh, I'm on the wrong keyboard again. This is what happens when I have too many things sitting in front of me. If you don't mind signing in, this helps me out, and it also gives you the ability to get the links and the slides. There we go. Put that in there for y'all. And oh, my picture's gone. It was there. It's gone now. And I'm going to actually have a link. Let me fix that really fast. I'm going to fix the slide for y'all. Y'all get to see this in action, how this works. Let me fix. If y'all have not been around lately, or have not seen, Google has changed their share settings. It is crazy. Just realized that I didn't have this one. Well, we're going to fix it really fast. I'm going to give y'all a link to the slides. There we go. So if you have questions, I'm going to be here for just a little bit. If y'all have anything you want me to ask, or if y'all have things you want to ask me, it's been a long day apparently. So I can go back through and show you things. If you want to unmute, if you want to share your screen, if you want to look at anything, this is your time to ask some questions. I've got a little bit of time before I have to like hit the road.